The panel pointed out that with Osama bin Laden dead and only a handful of terrorism plots on American soil uncovered in recent years, terrorism has hardly been mentioned in this year's presidential campaign. But it is still a threat that America takes seriously.
Objective facts are that worldwide terrorism is down dramatically from the years immediately post 9/11 and even from just 4 years ago. For everyone and for Americans and for attacks in America, it's also declined dramatically. And the experts say that there's no longer an organization that can threaten the existence or the socioeconomic foundations of the United States. But still, Americans worry. They see violent events on their TV screens. The 9/11 experience was searing and generational.
In a recent case, authorities arrested a Muslim American for allegedly helping send young men abroad for terrorist training. Often local imams have alerted the police to such problems, but sometimes they and the police don't trust each other.
When imams and local community leaders see a threat or see a suspicious activity, they want to be able to engage and they want to have an open line of communication. And so what has happened is, since the perceptions are out there that American Muslims and law enforcement agencies are not talking, are not on the same terms, and don't have that level of trust, these imams and these leaders don't necessarily have the resources and the know-how to go and engage law enforcement agencies. So if there is that level of trust that's inherent in the relationship, then they'll know exactly where to go, what to say, and how to say it.
David Schanzer, a university professor who heads a terrorism and homeland security research center, says police efforts to work with Muslim leaders are more successful than aggressively spying on all Muslim organizations in an area.
According to a series of Associated Press reports, the New York Police Department has been engaging in a surveillance program in Muslim communities and of Muslim organizations to try to pick up tips or identify individuals who might be radicalizing, and then use their law enforcement powers to try to stop that. The Los Angeles Police Department has much more been involved in community engagement, trying to work with American Muslim communities with the hope that if trust was built, that if the community knew of individuals who were heading down the wrong path and might ultimately be involved in criminality, they would inform law enforcement and try to stop that from happening.
The panel here said whoever is the next president will be more effective in preventing terrorism in America by promoting a more cooperative approach with Muslim Americans. American law enforcement has followed two distinct approaches. The country's largest police department in New York City has followed a policy of blanket surveillance of the entire Muslim community, including sending informants into mosques. In other cities, on the other hand, police have worked at building up good relations with their Muslim communities. The panel here today said the second policy is clearly more effective at rooting out and stopping any terrorism threats. But they said that Muslim communities, for their part, must do more to cooperate with law enforcement. Burton Bolag, KSA2, Washington.